In this guitar lesson, I'm going to teach you how to play the Eagles classic Desperado. Now this is a song with a wonderful tune, fantastic chords and a really poignant lyric as well. Although there's a lot of piano in the Eagles recording, it sits really well on guitar. I'm going to teach you the chords. I'll talk about how you can use your right hand to play this song and make it sound really good. And towards the end of the lesson, I'll also show you how to play some of that piano introduction at the start of the song on your guitar. Okay, let's start by looking at the chords. Let's start by looking at the chords for the first half of the verse. I'll play through that first half of the verse for you and then I'll break the chords down for you and show you them. Okay, here's the playthrough. Desperado, why don't you come to your senses? You've been out riding fences for so long now. Alright then, let's go through those chords. So, we start with a G major, Desperado, and then we're going to go to G7. Why don't you? And next we're going to go to C major, come to ya, and then C minor, senses. Back to G major now. You've been out riding, and now E minor, fences, 4, and now A7, so long, and now D7. Now. Okay, I'm going to play through the first half of that verse for you again. You can play along with me, or if you like, you can just listen and look at the chords, whatever helps you to learn the best. I'm going to give you a count of 3, then I'm going to start singing Desperado, and we'll come in with the chords on the Ardo part of Desperado. Desperado, that's where the chords start. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Desperado, why don't you come to your senses? You've been out riding fences for so long now. Okay, let's move on to the second half of the verse next. Okay, so I'm going to play through the second half of the verse for you and then we'll break the chords down for that second half of the verse. Here's the playthrough. You're a hard one, and I know that you got your reasons. These things that are pleasing you will hurt you somehow. Alright, let's break that down then. It's similar to the first half of the verse, but the ending's a bit different. We're going to start on a G major. You're a hard one, then we're going to go to G7, and I know that, and then to C. You've got your, and then C minor, reasons. Now back to G major. These things that are, and then E minor, pleasing you will, and then A7, hurt you, D7, some, and then back to G major, how. And then there's one more chord which is going to lead us into the chorus, and it's this one. It's actually D over F sharp. Okay. Now the way I play that is I play it like a regular D, but I just put my thumb over here so that I'm fretting the 6th string at the 2nd fret with my thumb, which gives me that F sharp there. If you find that chord hard to play, just play a regular D from the 4th string down. That'll work as well. Okay, let's play through the second half of the verse again. Then you can play along with me, or you can just listen and look at the chords, whatever helps you to learn the best. So I'll sing You're a, and then on hard one, on the word hard, we'll come in with the first chord, which is G major. Here we go. You're a hard one, and I know that you got your reasons. These things that are pleasing you will hurt you somehow. Okay, so next we'll take a look at the chorus. Alright, let's start with the first half of the chorus. I'll play it through for you and then as usual we'll break it down. Here's the playthrough. Don't you draw the queen of diamonds, boy. She'll hurt you if she's able. You know the queen of hearts is always your best bet. let's go through that then. So we're going to start with an E minor. Don't you draw the queen of, and then we're going to go to B minor. Diamonds, boy, chill, and then to C major. Hurt you if she's, and then back to G major. Able, you know the, and then E minor. Queen of hearts is, then C major. Always your best, and then G major. Bed, and then we're going to go down to that passing chord that we saw at the end of the verse, that D over F sharp, which will take us into the second half of the chorus. Okay. All right, I'm going to play through that again for you. Play along with me or just listen, it's up to you. So I'll sing Don't You, and then on the word draw the queen of diamonds. On that word draw, we'll come in with the first chord, which is going to be E minor. Don't you draw the queen of diamonds, boy. She'll hurt you if she's able. You know the queen of hearts is always your best bet. Alright then, let's move on to the second half of the chorus next. So we'll start with a playthrough of the second half of the chorus, and then as usual I'll break it down and show you how to play it. So here's the playthrough. It seems to me some fine things have been laid upon your table, but you only want the ones that you can't get. Desperate. And then we're into the next verse. So that second half of the chorus is pretty similar to the first half, but it's a little bit different towards the end. We start with an E minor. It seems to me some, and then a B minor. Fine things have been, then C major, laid upon your, then G major, table, but you, and then E minor, only want the, and then A7, ones that you can't, and then A minor, get. And then we're going to finish off with that D over F sharp chord, which will lead us back into the next verse. Desperate, and then we're into the next verse. Okay, so I'll play through the second half of that chorus again for you, and again you can play along or just listen, it's up to you. It seems to me some fine things have been laid upon your table, but you only want the ones that you can't get. Desperate. And then we're into the next verse. Alright, now later on in the song there are some discrepancies. So there are some verses and choruses with some different chords in them. So next I'm going to tell you about where those discrepancies and differences come. So let's start by looking at the second chorus. Now this is shorter than the first chorus, and there are some different chords at the end of it. So let me play through the second chorus for you until we get to the point where it diverges from the first chorus in terms of chords. Obviously the lyrics are different. Here we go. Don't your feet get cold in the winter time? The sky won't snow and the sun won't shine. It's hard to tell the nighttime from the day. Losing all your highs and lows. Ain't it funny how the feeling goes? Now, if this was the first chorus, then at this point we would go back to an E minor and then to an A7. But in the second chorus, we're going to go straight to an A minor. Away. And then to a D major. And then D7. Desperate. And then we're into the final verse. Okay, so that's the difference in the second chorus. At the end of the second chorus, you're going to go straight to A minor, and then D, and D7. All right, let me put that into context for you. And it's funny how the feeling goes. Here we go. Away. Desperate. Okay then, and next we'll look at what happens in the last verse. Okay, let's look at the end of the song now. The song ends with a verse but it's a slightly different verse to any of the others. It's going to start in the same way as the other verses, but we'll get discrepancies and differences towards the end of the verse. So I'll play the verse through for you, that final verse, and when we get to the differences, I'll stop and show you what they are. So here we go. Desperado, why don't you come to your senses? Come down from your fancies, open the gate. It may be raining, but there's a rainbow above you. You better let somebody love you. And now we're going to get to the differences. So we're going to repeat that lyric, let somebody love you, another 2 times. The first time we repeat it, so the second time we sing it, it's going to be over the chords C major and A minor, like this. Let somebody love you. And then when we repeat it again, we've got some different chords again. This time we're going to play G, B7. First time we've seen that chord in this song, and E minor. Let somebody love you. So let me play through those 3 repeats then of Let Someone Love You. You gotta let somebody love you. Let somebody love you. You gotta let somebody love you. And then A minor. Before it's 2. And then D7. And then we're gonna go to G to finish the song. Okay, so let me play through the end of that final verse for you one more time. You better let somebody love you. Let somebody love you. You better let somebody love you before it's too late. Okay, next I'm going to show you the technique that I've been using to play this song with the thumb and the index finger or pointer on my right hand. So before I show you how to play the song using your thumb and your index finger, or your pointer in other words, let me give you a quick demo of what it will sound like. Here we go. Okay then, let's zoom in and have a look at how to play that. Alright then, let's take a look at this right hand technique that I'm using here. I'll just play a couple of chords for you slowly, just the opening G to G7, and we'll focus on the right hand and what that's doing. So here we go. Okay, so let's break that down then. What we're doing first of all on the chord of G is playing the bass string, the 6th string, with the thumb. That's the first move, if you like. So bass string with the thumb. And now what we're doing is we're going to play down, up, down, down, up. Now, a few things to say about those down, up, down, down, ups. The first one is mainly on the top 4 strings in terms of pitch, right? So strings 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, I'm not going anywhere near strings 6 and 5. So that's the first thing. The second thing to say is that most of them I'm playing with my index finger or pointer, but I've kind of got my middle finger together with my index finger, so that's doing some of the work as well. Don't know how well you can see that. But one of the upstrokes, the first of those upstrokes, I'm not doing with my index and pointer, I'm actually doing it with my thumb, like that. And I'm just using the top of the nail here on the thumb to play that upstroke with. Okay? Alright? So, this is what we've got. So it's thumb on the 6th string, down with index and with pointer and middle finger, up with the thumb, and then down, up, down with the index and the pointer. And that's the pattern. So thumb, down, up, down, down, up. Change chord, same thing again. Thumb, down, up, down, down, up. Change chord, now I'm going to the C, exactly the same except the bass note that the thumb is going to pluck will be the 5th string here. Same again for the C minor, 5th string. Now in the next part of the song, we're going to go from G major to E minor. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a passing note in the bass, and that passing note is going to be an F sharp. So I'm going to start by playing the 6th string on the G major, and then I'm going to do down, up with my fingers. Now I'm going to put in my passing note by putting my middle finger on the 6th string 2nd fret, obviously removing my ring finger and playing that 6th string, and then down, up, and then we go down to the E minor and we play our whole pattern. So we have this. Now Desperado has a beautiful little piano introduction to it on the Eagles version, and you can put that onto the guitar and it sounds really good actually. So I'm going to show you how to play that introduction on your guitar next. But just before I do that, if you've been enjoying this video, please do hit the like button. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe so that you're notified about all of the future videos that I release. And also, please consider joining the channel as a member. It's really cheap to do that. It supports the channel, and also you get special early access to all of my guitar lessons as well. So please join as a member. All right then, let's look at how to play that introduction on the guitar. So when you play the introduction on the guitar, it'll sound like this. Okay, let's look at how to play that then. Alright, so let's break this introduction down then. I'll play you the first part of it and then I'll show you how to play it. Here we go. Alright, so it's based around a G chord, but just fret the 6th string and the 5th string. Leave the top strings open. And the first thing you're going to do is play the 6th string with your thumb, and the 3rd string with your index finger, and the 2nd string with your middle finger, and you can spread them a little bit if you want to. Next, put your little finger on the 2nd string 3rd fret and play that 2nd string. Next, take your little finger off so the 2nd string is open and play that 2nd string again. So far we have this. Next, we're going to play the top string, which is open, and the 6th string, and you can use your thumb to play the 6th string and your ring finger to play the top string. Okay, once you've done that, put your little finger back on 2nd string 3rd fret, play that 2nd string, and then take your little finger off so the 2nd string is open and play that 2nd string again. So we have this. And that's our first move. All right, let's look at the next part of the introduction. Then it's going to sound like this. Okay, so to play that, you're going to put your fingers into a C major 7 chord. So just fret 5th string at the 3rd fret and 4th string at the 2nd fret, as I'm doing here. And the first thing you're going to do is play the 5th string and the 4th string together. You can use your thumb and your index or pointer for that. But as you do it, you're going to do a hammer on. So you're going to remove your middle finger from the 4th string 2nd fret, play 5th and 4th string, and then hammer your middle finger back onto 4th string 2nd fret. Like that. So that's our first thing. Now we're going to play the third string and then the fourth string. So far we have this. Now you're going to move your middle finger so that it's fretting the third string at the second fret, and you're going to play the fifth string and the third string together. You can use your thumb and middle finger for that. And then remove your middle finger and play the third string open. So we have this. So if I put the whole of the intro together to that point, here it is. Okay, so we're into the second half of the introduction now, and it will begin like this. Alright, let's look at that. So we're going to start in a very similar way to the very beginning of the introduction with this kind of partial G major chord, but remember the top strings are open. So we're going to start again by playing the sixth string, third string and second string together with our thumb, index and middle fingers. You can spread them again. Then put your little finger on the second string third fret and play that second string. Take your little finger off, play the second string open. Now move down to an E minor in your left hand. Now you're going to do another spread. This time you're going to play the sixth string, third string, second string and top string with your thumb, index, middle and ring fingers respectively. Spread them a bit. Then put your little finger on the second string, third fret again, play that second string. And then take your little finger off so the second string is open and play that second string again. So putting that together we have this. Okay. And the last move is going to sound like this. That's the last part of the introduction, so let me show you how to play that. So first of all, just put your middle finger on the fourth string second fret there, and we're going to do another spread. This time we're playing the fifth string, fourth string, third string and second string. Use your thumb, index, middle and ring for that. Okay. Then put your ring finger on the third string second fret, play that third string. Then take your ring finger off so the third string is open, play the third string again. So far we have. And now you can put your fingers in a D chord. You only really need to put the index finger on the third string second fret, but it might help to put a whole D chord down just from a point of remembering what you're doing. All you're going to do now is play the fourth string with your thumb and the third string with your index finger together. So that last part is. Alright. So let me try and play the whole of that intro for you now.